Well, bienvenue, YouTube. Welcome to Norwich Station. We're here on the Wary Lines by ATS, which is the modernised version. We're going to take a spin here with this Class 755-3 on the way down. Shall I leave the cab door open for a bit? Towards Lowestoft. So what we'll do is we're going to key on the desk. Everything we want operational, good. I'm going to go... Nope, got that wrong. Logarithm payroll number. Reset the AWS self-test. Log in. Now what we'll do is I'm going to start my engine. I left the cab door open so you could hear that. And let me get the manual up. Sorry, actually it should be in here, shouldn't it? It is 8 Juliet 8 that we want to log in with. Yeah, no, it's not going to work. It's just, yeah. So I'm going to put a, we'll go to Lowestoft is where we're going. And we'll put it in his destination only. I was going to try and get the announcements working, but I'm not clever enough to achieve that today. Shut the cab door. Now that the screens are cracked, these doors on the right. So of course the doors are released, but they don't necessarily open. Now, we'll key on to GSMR on 2 Juliet 76 we are today. And we are again start signal 586 here at Lowestoft. Norwich even, not Lowestoft. We're going to Lowestoft. DRA will remain on for now, which is fine. And we'll just lock in 25 into the ASDO. Oh, into the speed limiter, sorry. We're a 3 car. On GU power. That's fine. And here's a little rumble from the PIS. I've got no idea what the actual code for this coach is. But from the power pack. That's obviously the engines rumbling away to themselves there. Oh, we've got the road. Okay, we've got the road. Reverse goes forward. Take the handbrake off. Ease some power in. Oh, DRA is released. There we go. Now the 755-3s, which is what we're driving today, these are the fastest accelerating DMUs I believe currently on the main line. So they do go like absolute stink. As you can see, that's not sped up at all. Idle. 20. As we flange over the pipework, you can see the headlights turn themselves on automatically when we keyed on the desk. So our doors nice and secure, which we've done ourselves. And our next stop in not Slovatsky Express, which we've already driven. This is 2 Juliet 76, which is Alton Broad North, 22.3 miles. So 22.03, so 22 miles for all intents and purposes. Let's crack a little bit of power on as we rumble out of Norwich. So the line diverging to the right is the Great Eastern Main Line towards London, Liverpool Street. Ipswich, Chelmsford, Stratford, eventually into Liverpool Street. So I've just been at work today, so I've just got back, so I'm just recording this video. Probably got a little afternoon nap. But nice little day out, overall. Signed on at 10 to 10 this morning. Went up to Edinburgh, had an hour in Edinburgh, came back down. Not bad, really. That was the thing, and we're here now cleared for 60. There you go, there's 60 in the box. Absolutely rag it here. And it just goes. There we go, just coasting along now at speed. Got the flange lubricator which went past there. And the line diverging to the left is towards the North Norfolk Railway, which I believe is something ATS have said they want to do. We're sort of getting a whole West Anglia network, I believe, out of them. So at some point we're going to see Ely to Norwich, which will be class when we get that, because that'll be that'll give us the full run from Liverpool to Norwich. Which I don't think we need it as a merge. I don't think it'll be stable to have it as a merge. But it is a really fun drive for me, actually, to go from sort of the wilds of go from Liverpool, so through the sort of Hope Valley up to Sheffield, reverse there, down to Nottingham, sort of through the sort of urban area there. So we're missing Nottingham to Grantham, and then down the East Coast Main Line to Peterborough, and then across the Fens. It's a wonderfully varied journey. That I think I should cover that probably for a route learner. So I've got a version of it I did for the Train Sim Community website. It'll give us experience of both the 170 and the 158. That's fine, that's for local hold only, I believe. We're allowed over at 60. That doesn't apply to us. You see, we're 60 because we're a multiple unit. So you can see we're allowed to travel over that at 60. If we were local hold, we'd be restricted. Love the frame rate on this route. It's quite really well optimised. And it's friggin' dead, so that's quite helpful too. I should probably build some more scenarios for this with the new timetable, because that'll be just some different runs you can do. The timetable did sort of change quite substantially in December, so I think it did out here too. But no, so what else can I talk about today? How was work? Work was dead on the way up, so I was on the bar both ways. And on the way back, it was dead. So, not dead, it was rammed. And I basically didn't stop from... I'm delirious, that's why I'm talking like this. It was rammed from Edinburgh all the way through to Newcastle, just non-stop. This is Brundle Gardens. First, I actually think it's the first time on a 755-3 for us on the channel, so quickly do a flyby. Is there not a foot crossing here? There is. Yes, there is. The next station will be Brundall. The line diverging left at Brundall goes towards Great Yarmouth. You may remember this used to be a proper barrier operated crossing where like someone would have to come at the station and like physically spin barriers. But during the 2020 upgrades, got replaced by that. The bridge is still here, and I really like that bridge. Yeah, that line to the left, like I say, that is the line for Great Yarmouth. We continue with some chat on because, like I say, next stop for us is Oulton Broad North. The next real point we're interested in on this journey, from a driving perspective, is Reedham. We slow down at Reedham to 25 miles an hour to negotiate the curve and the swing bridge. I'm getting loads of emails. Anything I can tell about? No, it's going. There's so much rest day available. Come do some rest day working tomorrow. That's basically what it is. I'm doing some rest day tomorrow, so I'm not doing any today. I'm not. I've done my regular book shift, so we're not allowed to do it anymore. Then our book turn. It's a nice little crew. So we're still one short on the way up from London. So I go home on a train that drops off at about 10 minutes at a different location at my home depot and then goes back empty stock to my home depot. So I get to do some route refreshing in the middle of the night. No, I sort of jokingly call it that. That's the bird sanctuary there. I forget the name, but no. My head says Haddiscoe, but no, it's not. Buckingham. Yeah, like I said, there's a bird sanctuary, sort of over in this area, and that's what that station's for, basically. I do love the track and rail sounds. It's very rare that you get those nowadays. I am an enjoyer of the Stadler interiors. What we can actually do, because it's the middle of the day, light, I'll set it to reduced. So now if I go inside, it looks a bit more sensible. Or off. It's clearly not meant to be done because it looks very confused. So we'll leave it in reduce mode. I'm going to follow the DAS advisory in coaster. You'll see that the DAS basically just gives us line speed, so it's saying advice 60. So it's saying, sorry, back up to drive at 60. What the DAS would normally do is not so much effective here, but if we were say in London and like chasing something around the North London line, it would speak to that train ahead, understand what that train was doing, and it would give us a speed to basically minimise our stop startiness and basically efficiency us out. So it would say drive at this speed, and then you won't get stuck behind it. But in train sim, it's a much simpler version. So all it does is just pulls the line speed from the track and tells you what that is. So effectively LZB is the way it's set up. Except it doesn't have any like the braking curves and stuff. It don't bother itself with that. You can see we've now done 10 miles and 20 chains, so we've got about another 12 miles to go until Brundle, not Brundle, Broad North. We'll let it coast down to 55 if I accelerate back up. Like, we are driving very close to the speed limit. That's the benefit of these speed limit systems, is you in theory can't really overspeed it. You can, but you can't, if that makes much sense. But it's a nice chill drive is the way it is. So yeah, loud Euro horn, so you definitely know when this is coming. And that's 55. Rag it. You know, you're blinking, you're back at 60 on these. In the not too distant future, we will be taking a slowdown for Reedham. So to show you on a map where we are, that's Utton Broad North. We're here, that's Reedham there, so actually I should really just go back in the cab. But great Yarmouth, so we've done this segment here, that segment there in a 37, and this is what we're doing today. That's Reedham Station, so I'm going to take a chunk of break because we're slowing down to 20. That's the other thing, it doesn't give you any idea of a braking curve, does the DAS system on here. I do like that the station's haven't got anyone on the platforms, because that's probably quite realistic for this route. It's not what you call busy here. So you've got that ability to actually say, yeah, no, there's no one on the platforms because there's no train coming. And, you know, you would, like, in your provincial stations, you don't have people waiting on the platforms for the next train because they're normally quite a ways off. It would be good if you could link that to the system and say, have punters start spawning pun and brought my bum here 5 minutes before the train appears. But, yeah. Right, I'm going to knock that down to 20. And then confirm. There we go. Or statically brake down to 20. And just put Java power in, just keep us at 20. See the flange lubricator. It's because we've got quite a long steep curve here, so this will basically put some grease on the inside of the rails, makes the flange squealing a bit less loud and reduces the wear on the rails. There you go, there's our friend from the other way, with another Dash 3 facing the same way as we are, on his way to Norwich. Give some time to the swing bridge operator. So this is a swing bridge that's in place for canal traffic. So you can see we rumble over it with our train, but then once we clear the area, this then gets swung out the way to allow for boats to traverse through the area. So likelihood you wouldn't come through here on your narrowboat, but you'd come down this bit, and obviously even your big boats. You can see you got like a little marina laid up there. Is it going to move? No, I don't think it is. And then And down here you've got your little canal. Yeah, no, I've seen it. I swear I've seen it move, but alas. I think it thinks I'm quick, so I'm just going to put a bit of brake in, then it goes coast, and it's saying advice 20. I'll do one last check. Has it moved? No, that would clear the signal section. No. That might be a feature there moved, but I know definitely it used to move. That could be a fun rail fanning video, actually. Come up here and cover this off. You've probably seen the rail fanning videos by now, but I've been doing like little rail fanning videos of different lines and in train sim. So I did Semmering Barn and Dresden Riese. Well, I say like Leipzig Riese. Yeah, Leipzig Riese is what I did basically. Because one in Leipzig wasn't very good. 60. Zap. Ragged, let's go. Sounds like a spaceship, I think, this. And now we're just storming at 60 again. So this might do a glance at my notes. So the plan after this is we deliver this to... I'm going to deliver this to Lowestoft, have a little P&B, have a nap, and then put a job application in later on today. I do actually have a model one of these. I've agreed to swap it for a 69. Oh yeah. I may actually try and sort of... Because it's the 4-car version, so their RRP is like 400 quid. And I might say, like, look, you want to swap me for a 69, fair dues, that's 200 quid. Call it a 69 and a 66 and 40 quid. I think that's still, like, and 40 quid cash. I still think that's reasonably fair. So I'm going to try and have that conversation. Go coming round the curve. Coming round the curve when she comes. She'll be coming round the curve when she comes. She'll be coming round the curve. Yeah, I believe this was the area that it was a washout. So basically, a load of the track got washed out. I think it's further back up from here now. But basically, one of these was coming down. Saw it, went shit, smashed it in emergency, and the front bogie went over it. I believe. No one got hurt, but it was one of those like pucker factor moments. No, I'm just trying to sort of. At the moment, I've got a bunch of time off work, and I've got some quite light shifts in the middle. So I'm trying to get ahead with the YouTube stuff. So I'm gonna shut into idle. Got about 5 miles to go now until. Based off that, we have 5 miles to go until Oulton Broad North. Oulton. And we'll basically just hit a light brake application to 30 at the next signal, which is this signal here. And it is literally just for this next swing bridge that we slow down. I'm not even going to bother tapping this down for it. Sameliaton swing bridge. I did have a nice little screenshot lined up, but I may use this instead. Sameliaton. Is it an M, that isn't it? It's not a W. Yeah, Sameliaton. Summer, like Sameliaton? Sameliaton? I don't know. Quite a quick return to line speed. I believe it's literally just after the bridge. Yeah, there it is. So we've got the 16 already. So we pass through Sameliaton station. Sameliaton, I don't really know what can. Right, Thrash. Raggett. The last 5 miles into Woolton Broad North. The nice thing with this as well is even there's W boards for all your speed changes. The only thing you need to really be aware of is that it's a that bridge is basically that 20 doesn't apply to us over that bridge effectively. Other than that, it's a pretty simple drive. I mean, I'm surprised there wasn't a W board for the slowing down at Reedham, to be fair. But beyond, sorry, not W board, a Morpeth board. But beyond that, it's just you could probably drive this as long as you know vaguely where your stations are. You could drive this without the use of the hood. You know, but as long as you know I'm stopping in 4 stations, 1, 2, 3, 4 stations. It's not a hard route this at all. You can hear the flanging slightly there, which I quite like. Having a little drink before I go. Like I said, I'm definitely having a nap after this because I'm quite tired. I've only got like 3-4 hours sleep last night. I haven't had any caffeine yet today. I mean, I've had a Pepsi Max, but that doesn't count. That's not real caffeine. It's weird pretend shit. Actually, counting using the odometer in the cab is actually quite handy. Because about a mile to go now, I know, into the station, and I know what I'm actually looking for here in the landmark, which pop up the 2 chains, is off this curve. We go under a bridge. Yeah, this is my 0.9 miles to go landmark. What I'm going to do actually is just throttle off, coming around here, and then I thought it would brake quite light with these because these are very good performing units. So it's saying advice 60, but no, it's not. It doesn't mean that. Crap. This shows you how well this slows down, right? I just piled the brake on. It's basically just increasing its little dynamic return. Bit hot, but at the end of the day, like, I'm using 80% brake force, which is probably more than you'd want to use in a situation like this, but overall, close to the end, put a dab more brake on. I wonder what that sign means. I've not seen that sign before. There you go, doors on the left. Neutralise the reverse, so I'm going to pop my head out the cab. I need to open my door to do that, because I want to see what that sign says. There you have it. DRA reminder. Well, I've not set mine because I'm started against a green. Yeah, we're just very early getting back up, pulling in. Well, I say very early. Yeah, a minute and a quarter, not bad. That's what a light brake does for you. And barriers have actually gone up because obviously we're clear of the crossing. I do love a Stadler flare. Like, I know they don't run up here, but they are pretty. They're very pretty trains. Now what we'll do, because it's a start speed of a 50 here, just what else is there to cover on the floor? So I guess in terms of actual prep of the train, or in terms of sort of switches and stuff, make sure. I released the doors on the wrong side. I did an operational incident. I don't think I did actually. I think I did it right, but yeah, well. No, I didn't do an operational incident. I think I just like the backlighting with the lighting at the moment in TS is just it's difficult to tell. No, that see, I did operational incident. There we go. Yeah, closes both sides if I open one. Yeah, no, I had it right. Good. Cameras, right hand door controls, guards control for the door. I think buzzer. Horn, which you've heard, wipers, Pascom, acknowledge, fire alarm, acknowledge, sander, dips or normal beams, AWS, wipers, like I said, various things on the TMS appear, custom mirror, speedo, more TMS items. I guess this is more sort of like a driving interface device, and this is more of a TMS with this one here. Right, that'll do. Right, let's go. What I want to do though is I want to go pause, jump. Actually, hang on. No, I got that right actually. So I want to just absolutely rag this thing. Why is the brake stuck in? Hang on. Close the doors. That brake's released. Whatever the crap that means. What have I done here? So that's set correctly. So no, I've got my doors are definitely locked. So I've got interlock. Poke our head outside the cab. No, I've not got interlock. Huh? How fascinating. I'm gonna be late now. Yeah, there's 2 doors randomly stuck. Now, train manager, can you fix the doors, please, so we can go? But the TMS or the BALs are out, which is strange. What we'll do, I'm going to knock the desk off.
TPWS and AWS operational.
That's the train saying I've given you an emergency brake. Now, we need to set this up for 50, we said. That side's now closed. That side's still stuck open. Got a plan. Got to break the scripting by doing this. Oh, it's in Sparky mode for some reason. Hang on. Right. Plan. Alrighty, we're back for take 2 of this. I actually reload the entire scenario. I think I managed to break the train somehow. We're still here pretty early, so I arrived literally. I used follow AI to get the follow AI train to get here nice and early. We'll just fast forward time a bit. But I do really, like I said, I do really enjoy driving the flirts. They are just lovely units, and like I said, they go like stink, they stop like stink, so that you can use them to get yourself out of quite a bit of trouble quite quickly. I do love the level of detail they've gone to the screens as well, so I can tweak my AC controls, which you can't do on a Hitachi. It has to be a bit fitter to do that. To change the way my heaters run in the cab, coupling up controls, lights, which will return to reduced mode again. Hand controls, so obviously it's just, I think if you had multiple units, you would have better information about the pans, but basically it's saying how much voltage is the pan picking up, how much are we drawing, are the MCBs closed, that kind of shenandoes. And that's showing us what the engine's doing. Engines, I should say, because there's a bit of this one either side of the power pack. Right, we just didn't get a deep reverser forward power. Let's try now. Brakes have fallen off. Oh, forgot about that. The line from our right there, that comes in from Ipswich. As we smash up to speed by 50. Sorry, I'm just trying to stay at 50. I think I overcompensate myself on the controls. It's nice to actually feel like I'm driving something that isn't an HST for once. Heck. got distracted badly. Nothing happened. Yeah, I've mashed it into emergency, which I don't think I needed to do, yeah. Let me reset out, good. In theory it does. Just revised down my speed limit at a 10 as we approach the buffer stops here at Lowestoft. I completely ballsed that ending up, I do apologise for that. But alas, we have arrived at our destination of Lowestoft. Thank you for watching today, folks. I really hope you did enjoy the video. If you did, hit the subscribe button to see more from me on a very regular basis. I will probably do this in 156 the other way at some point, just for the pleasure, I guess, of the flappy signals, semaphores. Neutralise the reverser, brake into full service, doors on the left, DRA is set, deregister the GSMR. Can I just key the desk off and that'll do it? It'll shout at me with the fault because I keyed the desk off, but that's fine. Oh well, don't let me key the desk off, I don't care. Thanks for watching, guys. Like the video if you did, subscribe to see more from me on a regular basis. Until next time, bye-bye. Oh yeah, horns. We like horns.